Hi, everybody.
Hi. So I don't actually. By the way, real quick, because
Yeah.
I don't remember. Did I say what the movie was?
Yes, you said it was Death Machine.
Okay, cool.
You actually said it was Death Machine, and then you said that I was watching it and you weren't helpful.
Yeah, that changed. So Paul goes first.
Yes.
Just show your list.
It's all front and back. There's another page in there hiding. It's all front and back. So we managed to watch 1994's Death Machine.
1999.
94, I looked it up multiple
Really?
times. It is 94.
Wow, it said 99 on Amazon.
Yeah, it may have said 99 on Amazon, but IMDb and
that definitely
Wiki.
definitely changes some opinions for me.
That's why I gave the effects a little bit more slack.
And now I'm giving them more slack too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still impressive.
Now,
For a fucking B movie.
it may very well be a B movie, and I can agree to that, but my fucking god, this fucking movie.
It was awesome.
It was shit.
Very
It
awesome.
was shit.
No, it was awesome. Trust me. It was fucking badass.
Okay, are you saying it was badass because that bullshit RoboCop opening that had almost nothing to do with the rest of the movie until 3/4 of the way through?
I mean,
Where did the dude just going nuts going,
Chekhov's gun.
Yeah, I can understand Chekhov's gun, but
At least he got that right.
yeah, that's the one thing he got right.
Oh no, he also got that robot right. The special effects on that robot were phenomenal.
That's because he was a special effects director. I can give you the robot.
So before we start with this review, we should at least clarify the director of this film is the director of such hits as Blade,
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen,
Which-
where he also wrote that. He wrote 2 movies. One of them being this schlock, and the other being League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
To be fair, he didn't write it. It was based off of a comic already.
He's credited for writing on the script.
Probably screenplay, not script, but I'll let it pass.
Either way,
I mean,
he's
it's based
credited
on a
as writing.
comic, so
Yeah, and a good comic that actually makes you think and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's what Alan Moore did
I will grant you that one.
before he went.
Although I will also say I do like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I have yet to watch it. I know I need to because it's one of those. It's
After
it's
this
the
movie,
only
no.
one. It's the only one of the Alan Moore movies
No,
I haven't seen.
No, you're not watching it. After this movie, no. Tell them what happened.
I was so pissed. I chipped a tooth. One of my molars in the back.
So from now on, Paul is not allowed to watch bad movies that I think are bad.
So, at 17 minutes in, we have had
Best scene
no.
where
That's a
Brad
20.
Dourif
That's a 20.
walks in.
That's a 21. That's a 21. That's a
21 is when he walks out.
Yeah, 21 is when he walks out, and I also wrote that
17 is
down.
when he walks in.
Yes, because at 17 we have had him introduced. He's creepy.
Do you know
Okay,
what
cool.
we're talking about? No one knows what we're talking about right now.
Brad Dourif. Yeah, Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif.
He's so good in this movie.
Oh yeah,
I-
he is fantastic. He is fantastic. I loved him.
Yeah.
I thought he was supposed to be the protagonist because nobody else had anything redeemable.
Yeah, that was
All of the characters were flat. And you know what? I can live with flat characters at an opening because take a look at 1990s Flatliners.
Also-
I haven't watched the 2017 one,
Oh,
but the
actu-
1990 Flatliners.
Actually, I will say that was one thing that did upset me. Was his name wasn't Joe Dante.
Yeah, for some reason they had to change it to Jack.
Which I was like, why? Because Joe Dante works beautifully.
Yeah. When everybody else, let's see. Once they started naming motherfuckers
I think it's
halfway through.
I think it's because Joe Dante only did Gremlins, and that was the only successful thing he ever did.
Yeah.
Look
But-
it up. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. When we first come across Scott Ripley.
Oh yeah, that's
Scott
also
Ridley.
one of the big things in this film is there's a lot of characters that are named after very specific, such as Sam Raimi, John Carpenter, my favorite.
Who was Porkins?
Yeah, and you got Ridley Scott.
Scott Ridley, who
Yeah,
is
well,
played.
yeah, it's Scott Ridley. They've swapped the name around. You have
Jack Dante instead of Joe Dante. And then you have the 2 schlubs who are Wayland Yutani.
Wayland and Yutani.
Yeah, Wayland and then Yutani. And the first time you hear either of their names, is halfway through when they scream out Wayland because he's dying.
I will say though, they never say John Carpenter's full name.
No, but they do show it
Do
because she has both access cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Clark, Claire, whatever the hell her
I
name
did wonder
is.
one thing. I was just like, with the way he wrote these characters, my question was,
Does he know how to write a character at all?
well, no, it's like, did he have problems with these directors? Because, like, he wrote, like, Ridley Scott as an asshole who's just
It's
like...
Portman. I don't know if he plays anything else.
Oh, yeah, the reason I chose this movie, by the way, is because I looked up on IMDb to look up the actor who played Portman and see if he'd done anything else, and I saw he did this movie, and then I saw it had Brad Dourif in it, and then I heard that it was censored in a few places in other countries,
Yeah.
and that made me really interested, and I wanted to watch the movie.
Not just censored, straight out banned in places throughout the Middle East, Sri Lanka, and Australia. Granted, Australia has even Halo banned because it's too violent. Fuck you, Australia.
They have fucking spiders that kill you in a bite.
I
They
know.
have devil birds that
Yes.
fucking fly and attack you.
Yes.
And they're afraid of this movie? Like, there was
They're afraid of violent video games.
nothing in this movie that was honestly worthy of being censored.
No,
The
not
only
really.
thing that I could possibly say could have been censored was there's one scene where
There's-
Brad Dourif has a TV on.
He's
and there's a
watching
naked-
cartoons and porn at the same time.
By
And
the way,
then you
can we
also see
talk
more
about
porn.
that cartoon?
The fact that it was a GIF with sound.
Pretty much.
It
Well,
was-
it wasn't a GIF. It was different scenes of him killing the same mouse in the same place.
And it looped. It constantly looped because they show it again and they show the same
Right, but it
loop.
was different deaths.
Yeah, but it's a loop
Because
of those
the
deaths.
first one was he was stomping on him. Second was he takes a mallet out. The third one is he cuts him in half.
No, he slices them to bits and then jumps on the bits where it starts all back over again.
Yeah, that's where you're confusing it for looping, because what happens is she turns it off and he turns it back on and it starts over again. I rewound to look at that scene, and I was just because I was amazed with the cartoon. I was like, I was because here's the thing, Brad Dourif is Brad Dourif. If you like Brad Dourif, you like Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
That's just his character. That is who he. It's like saying that you fucking hate, like Nicolas Cage. Well, guess what? You're gonna hate almost every movie he does because that's Nicolas Cage.
Okay. Yeah.
So my question was: is this something that they fucking made, or is it something that Brad Dourif's like, oh hey, can I put my cartoon on? And the director's like, this is my favorite cartoon. I touch myself while I watch this cartoon.
I can believe it. It's Brad Dourif.
Exactly. That's why I was wondering about that cartoon. So,
Okay.
go through your notes.
So, at 17 minutes is when I finally said, fuck this movie and kind of gave up. Because at 17, we just watched a relatively slow movie with Clint Eastwood, where he doesn't say anything for the first 8 minutes. I need to feed my daughter.
Yep.
Now, he doesn't say anything for the first 8 minutes. It is relatively slow. I will forever grant that to Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah.
It is kind of a slow movie, and it works.
Let's not talk about good movies in a bad movie review. Huh?
So I was giving
mean,
it.
I
I was
dig-
trying to give it a good shot. Thought it might at first have been maybe a RoboCop knockoff or something similar. Because the way they had that opening, it's one of those, okay, it's a RoboCop knockoff.
Oh,
I think I
also-
know where this is going.
Can we just mention the fact the building was 4 times the size of every other skyscraper in the town?
Yet it was only 65 stories.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is absolutely monstrous, and yet it's only 65 stories.
Well, it might have been because like every floor was like 3 stories tall.
Maybe. Although,
Because like every room is like a fucking warehouse.
damn near.
I wonder why.
It's like they couldn't afford locations.
Well, to be fair, they probably had like $25 for a budget because all of it went to the robot.
Yeah, no shit. And I think Brad Dourif just showed up on set one day, so they didn't have to pay him. They just had
Honestly,
to give him credit.
I think he just came in street clothes. I think he just came in what he was wearing for that day and just like, can I act in your movie?
So, when he finally walks in is right when I gave up, because it was jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut. What the fuck's going on? We have no clear plot as to what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, that was a big complaint of mine, because like there's this whole subplot where there's like
I'll get to those guys. I'm about to get to those guys.
Yeah.
Because they show up at minute 21
Well,
after Brad Dourif does this.
you have also the protesters.
Brad Dourif's his way out. Yeah, see, the protesters come up right after the opening, and that says that we're supposed to care about Claire or Clark or whatever the fuck her name is,
Yeah.
Ripley.
Basically, that's who she is.
She's supposed to be Ripley.
I mean, literally, they could have just said Ripley and it would have worked.
Yeah.
Or in this case, they could have called her. God, what's the actress name?
I have no idea.
I forgot her fucking name.
Sigourney Weaver?
Thank you, Sigourney Weaver. They could have called her Sigourney and it would work.
Yeah. But
I'm not surprised
we're
they did.
supposed to care about her. We're supposed to see that she's the good guy, but she still kind of comes off as this corporate cutthroat bitch. Yes, we understand that Brad Dourif is kind of fucking creepy and weird, but before we even see him, I want him gone. Who the fuck is he? Who the hell is he?
Yeah.
Why do you have this hate boner for this guy? We have no setup, no explanation at first. They explain it later. But at that point, it's one of those, okay, you are a corporate cutthroat bitch.
I wonder how you guys job there. Because I hope you're going to talk about the crimes that he committed.
He was acquitted.
Still.
He was acquitted of attempted murder, arson, and sexual assault.
Multiple counts.
3 counts. Each.
I mean, I'm wondering if they just pulled up Brad Dourif's real criminal record or not. Like,
Oh yeah, they also did mention arson.
yeah. Okay, Brad Dourif's criminal record.
Complete with acquittals.
It's a normal Friday night for him.
Yeah. 3 is a slow Friday.
Honestly, I'm surprised that dude has not had a sexual scandal brought out to him. Because, I mean, I'm willing to bet he's probably the nicest guy in person.
Oh, yeah.
Nicest guy.
He just plays the creepiest goddamn characters.
God fucking bless you.
Yes.
And I'm glad that he's going to be in the reboot for Child's Play. I'll say that.
Yes.
I hate Child's Play, but I'm really glad that he's going to be in the reboot.
So,
Because I would have been pissed off.
he shows up right after we hear about his criminal record, and she's starting to look into who the fuck he is and look into his personal records. He shows up, he is creepy as shit, and then he airplanes the fuck out.
Yeah, no, and when we say airplane, we mean he spreads wings
And he's knocking these hanging lights with both hands. So he has his arms out. Whee!
again, not even acting. He was just doing that one day. That's how it went.
They called cut. They cut out the audio because what immediately happened afterwards was Brad Dourif turning around and going, wee!
Yeah, I honestly, he should have just gone wee. That would have made that whole scene way better.
Yeah, that was probably going to be better than the Aruha.
Oh yeah, Aruha. I was actually going to say that to you when that was funny.
That could burn in hell. So, at 21 minutes, we're introduced to the Stoners. That's all I call them throughout the rest of my notes because fuck anything else they could be.
Yeah,
they show up and they are smoking doobies that would make Cheech and Chong envious.
No.
Okay, true.
No, because Cheech and Chong actually made a squid joint,
Yes.
and their joints were haphazard and messy.
Yes.
One looked like a dildo.
The one that Yutani lights up?
Yeah, the one that has like a bulbous tip.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't smoke weed, but I mean, I can't imagine that would be very effective.
No.
Like, that was really, like, just because it bulbs out and then it goes really thin. I'm like,
Why?
you're not really getting.
Yeah, especially from the side that they light it. I could understand using the other end as like a wick and off the giant side, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but like, and then of course you got the one that looks like a fucking like.
Weird decrepit spider.
Yeah, it's like really like someone made a joint and then it was like.
I'm gonna stick 20 joints all over the side of it.
Yeah, it was like weird, and I was like, okay.
Fuck?
Although I did like what you called them. I brought some baked goods.
Yes. That
That was a good line.
That's a good line. What isn't a good line is when, I think it was Wayland. Wayland started having some problems with their plan. And he's having some problems with their plan. And Sam Raimi
Which
says...
By the way, I think he's only called by name once, and he's Raimi. And it's never Sam. Just
It shows
Raimi.
up in the credits, though.
Yeah, but I mean, in the movie, they only call him by name once.
Yeah, they call him Raimi.
And that's when he's like, Wayland's dead. Don't go on me, Wayland, Utani. He's like, don't talk to me like that, Raimi. And that's it. That's the limit of their names.
Wayland Utani.
I didn't have a problem with it. I thought
Yeah.
it was quirky.
So while Wayland is kind of arguing against the ideas of this plan, Raimi's line, because I wrote that down, turn that 1980s shit down. He's bringing up valid arguments. There's no music in the background. This scene is musicless.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this movie takes place in the near future of 2003.
Did they actually say it's 03?
Oh, it says so on the Amazon thing.
Oh. Yeah,
So
it's the near future. That's all the more they qualify directly.
Near future, where they use the most futuristic of storage devices, floppy disks.
Minute 24, somewhere between minute 24 and minute 40. Near future uses VHS.
And dude, look, VHS holds up.
Yeah, 24 minutes is the Aruha, which I'm pretty sure is just the actor stroking out and forgetting his lines.
I mean, those are probably just real joints, so.
2. Yeah, true. And then let's see. Then we have because in there they're running technobabble, which is bullshit technobabble for anyone who has any idea about computers.
It was so bullshit. I was listening, I know nothing about computers. I was listening to like, someone went into a fucking computer, like, area where there's like the fucking IT people and just like, okay, no, they're saying words. Okay, right, word, okay.
Yeah, it was technobabble bullshit.
Okay, Google, let's just call that.
Googleplex.
Yeah, no, they didn't call Googleplex.
No, they called it Googleplex.
Yeah.
Googleplex.
And like, it's like the gigs, and like they're just like, oh, they're naming everything they can.
Yeah.
Into one string. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what the stoners. And then afterwards, we get more technobabble from both Dorif, from Carpenter, who quickly became my favorite character. Outside of the Deathbot, I was cheering for the Deathbot the whole way fucking through. I wanted the Deathbot to live. Because I liked the Deathbot the best.
And
I thought the Deathbot was the fucking protagonist.
And technically, the Deathbot did live to the end.
True.
Sadly. Which will be.
Which I actually got at the halfway point, minute 40. Who am I supposed to like? Why is my life? Oh God. Apparently there's a line here, open my death vault. Or no, it was, oh, no. That's what it was. It was, after the stoners actually break in, I know what it was. The stoners break in, they capture Brad Dourif. I don't fucking care, it's Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver, knockoff, and Porkins. Capture the 3 of them.
No, you call him John Carpenter.
Porkins.
That is half the reason why I wanted to watch this movie, because John Carpenter.
Porkins. Captures the 3 of them.
Carpenter.
After Sigourney Weaver, knockoff, has fired Brad Dourif. Brad's pissed and still wants to do whatever he wants to do his creepy thing with Ripley wannabe. Because
He wants to
Dourif.
interface with
He
your
wants to
motherboard.
interface with the motherboard, which that's the line from later on. Again, I'm pretty sure that's why I'm going to stick with Technobabble the movie.
Oh, no, that was just Brad Dourif.
She's the one who said that, not her.
He says it to her.
He says that he wants to interface with her regularly. She's the one who says you can interface with the motherboard.
No, he actually does say her motherboard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in one of those throwaway scenes.
Oh, okay.
You probably weren't paying attention.
I was probably too pissed.
Yeah. No, trust me, he does say it. That's why she says it to him. Yeah.
So, at which point he says, after the capture and I'm fired, he goes, you know what, I'm going to work with you guys. Leads them down to the mysterious Vault 10.
No.
And I'm sitting there going, okay, they're gonna break into his mysterious Vault of Death. When did this become Fallout?
I will say one thing that I really did like, and it was a nice touch, was when they break into the vault and he's like, surprise! And
Yes!
turns on the lights and there's balloons in there.
There's
And-
balloons, and he has a strobe light and the fucking eyeball glasses.
Yeah.
Again, I'm pretty sure that's just Brad Dourif, which is why immediately after that, Brad Dourif, great acting, shit movie.
Can't argue that.
Let's see, top of next page.
You notice it looks like a serial killer wrote them.
I get more and more pissed, therefore my handwriting gets worse and worse and worse. And it's not that great to begin with. So, after they break into Vault 10, Blonde Stoner dies, and we are finally given his name,
Wayland.
Wayland. And then shortly afterwards, we are told that fucking tattoo face is Yutani. And then I have this nice little note here of, you're not good enough to reference Prometheus. No, Prometheus at least has okay CGI. AVP Requiem.
But to be fair, they actually used practical effects in this film.
They did.
And they were good.
And practical effects are almost always better. Almost.
I mean, there were some moments, but I mean, the robot, honestly, like, I'm gonna get into the robot here real quick.
Yeah.
The robot's very impressive looking.
Oh yeah, and he does the proper thing of he doesn't show it to us until way down to the end.
I think it was probably because when you do show the whole robot, it looks
So stupid.
Yeah, it looks like an alien knockoff. Like, that's really what it looks like. But
Take a xenomorph, make it a robot, make it a dog.
it looks like it's Freddy Krueger with the finger knives, like going like this, mixed with the
Complete with the
alien.
same whipping sound.
Yeah. But I mean, up until they show full body of it, it is pretty scary. Like if you don't know any better, it would actually, if you were like a kid and you saw this, would be terrifying.
Yes.
Like, legitimately terrifying.
So.
Especially the speed on that thing.
Yeah, that thing's fucking wicked.
Until the end of the movie. That was the one. When we get to the end, I'm gonna call that one out.
So. Our bearded bastard. At this point, I call him bearded bastard. Is the most likable character so far.
Thank you.
Porkins is the most likable character at that point.
I don't like the nickname, but okay, I'll take the compliment.
So, at which point, and shortly after, they go, fuck this, we're getting the fuck out. Screw you, lady. No, we have to stop him. Fuck you, we're out.
Which is a good reaction.
It's a good reaction for everyone to have.
Yeah.
Including Porkins.
Although
Because
I will...
the last time he dealt with a robot that's even half that size, not even, like twice that size, it was like 10 times that size, he kind of died really quick.
What robot was he fighting?
AT-AT?
No.
Porkins.
No, he did not. What the fuck?
Porkins,
You are not a Star Wars fan. No. Get the fuck out of the car. He dies in the fight of the Death Star.
Who was co-pilot, Jax?
No.
It's been so long.
No.
I haven't been able to watch them because I haven't been able to fire up my damn VHS player.
Dax was fucking Luke's co-pilot.
Okay.
Fucking
I managed to switch the two. I switched the two.
Porkins died in an X-Wing fighter.
Stay on target.
Yes.
Can't shake him. Okay. So, my bad. So he didn't die during the robot. I was thinking of Dax. Oops. I switched him. I accidentally switched him.
How do you accidentally switch Porkins, you son of a bitch?
Same way I'm curious as to how the fuck my daughter just lost her bottle. Anyway.
because she also heard you fucking say that shit and threw it.
Yes, dear.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Anyway.
No, we're talking about this for the rest of the movie.
Fuck you. No, we're not. We're not. I still have 3 pages of notes.
Keep going.
So, Sam Raimi calls Porkins a one-man percussion section, and then not 10 seconds later,
They break a glass door.
shatters a glass door.
Which also, by the way, I really need to bring this up because we're gonna forget about it if we don't bring it up. The robot it hears the sound and fucking signals in on them, but later on, Brad Dourif tells them exactly what it senses, how it
Pheromones.
Pheromones. So how the fuck is it triggered by sound? Because he literally says the only triggering method for it is pheromones. That was the one moment I was like, okay, you guys just fucked that one up.
Okay.
That should have been easy enough for you guys to figure out not to do.
Then,
And also, it knows exactly where it is with the glass breaking, but it can't fucking find them.
yeah, I can't fucking see them because they're not scared yet, apparently.
Yeah, they have to go Cypher Rage.
Yeah.
Oh, I made a bad reference in another bad movie.
So, after that, they go, hey, you know what'll slow down this giant death machine?
A bomb?
Setting off all the smoke, setting the level 1, whatever the hell, fire protocols. Got a match? Nah, I got a thermic detonator. And it's not a small thing. It's a decent size, but it's reasonable to be carried on them.
Yeah.
Then we cut to them setting it up. Where the hell was the spool of det cord this entire time? Did she just have it shoved up her or something?
What I love is that he says it's a shape charge, and then they set it off, and it's a
pointed
round
straight up.
explosion.
Yeah, it's a shaped charge pointed straight up, and then it's an actual, like, full-out explosion.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I've never seen a shape charge go off, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but at the same time,
I've watched videos because YouTube is awesome, and I like explosives.
yeah.
Yes, you do have some outward, no matter what, because that's how that works.
Yeah.
But primarily, something that is shape charged that would be going straight up, you would end up with mostly, like, essentially a cannon with an expansion. Now, yes, if the thing itself is going to be destroyed, you will have it. It'll still cone more than anything.
Yeah.
This just blows the fuck up.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the worst detonation, but at the same time, it works. So
Yeah. But before that, there is Easy Stallone is the line. Easy Stallone. Which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be a reference to First Blood Part 2 or Rambo 3.
could be, or Cobra.
Maybe. But because of how, I'm pretty sure just the way it's given, I'm thinking it's a Rambo reference.
We're gonna want to hurry this up.
Oh no, I have plenty of time. I made sure I deleted almost everything else off
No,
my
I
phone
mean
for
because
this.
she's starting to wake up.
Oh no,
And
she's fine.
okay.
She has her bottle. Worst case, I can give it to her. She's just babbling. So after they blow it up, or right before they blow it up, you guessed it, Humanist Alliance. We're the good guys. Kablammy.
Yeah, we're the Humanist Alliance. We don't have any bullets in our guns. Well, except for the pistol.
Well, no. The pistol wasn't
With
theirs.
Brad Dourif's.
It was Brad Dourif's.
Yeah, one of
So
his 10 guns in his jacket.
When they start unloading him, it's almost like something out of fucking...
Cartoon.
Yeah, it is cartoony. Because it's like, gun. He hands over his gun, and then they check him, and they find 3 more guns.
It's like that Mad Max scene in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, where
Who runs
he's-
Bartertown?
Yeah, where he's like, you gotta check in your guns, and he starts pulling out all his guns, just like that,
Yeah.
except not as crazy.
No, it's just Brad Dourif staring at someone creepily like he wants to do things.
AKA
Brad Dourif.
looking at people like he does.
Brad Dourif just being Brad Dourif. Let's see.
God bless you, sir.
Amen. Let's see. Next. The next fuck you moment I had. They stop on the 42nd floor. Do you know why that's a fuck you from me?
42.
The answer to life, the universe, and everything. Fuck you for referencing Douglas Adams.
I don't think that was intentional.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was, because they stop and stare at it.
I don't think that was actually intentional. I think it was literally just the floor number.
It was intentional. Fuck you.
Because up to that point, they pretty much... I mean, this is I love this movie, but I will say that any reference they make is pretty clearly shouted. It's one of those things where it's like, did you get the reference we made? It's like that. I'm not gonna just... But so that 42, I don't think it was actually...
They were lingering.
Because they would have fucking said floor 42.
Possibly.
So I don't think that's it.
I caught it.
I say we agree to disagree on that one.
Okay. So, at floor 42, elevator stops, death machine busts in, and Porkins dies again. Because Porkins.
But Porkins goes out.
Like a puss. Because he can't reach the button that's right there because he's too afraid.
Yeah, but even though he keeps like getting to the... Then you go, oh no. My hand's on frame. Like literally it'll cut to him and he's like the button's like right here. He's like, and then they cut back to Ripley, and then all of a sudden his arm's back over here when they cut back to him. He's like, and they cut back to Ripley, and then when they cut back to him, he's like that was the continuity. But I really wish we could have kept on. He was like, nope. Oh, almost touched it that time. Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. Then Porkins dies, gets sucked into the floor, kind of, pulled over a bit. Ripley runs over, smacks the button, and there's why she's screaming. The elevator goes up for the emergency.
No, I think she pooped herself.
Not yet. This would have been pee. Down the bottom. Yeah, but no. The elevator goes up. Up from an emergency. What the fuck?
I mean, they do have the lifts up on the roof, though. So maybe that is actually intentional.
So what? If it's over halfway through the building, the emergency button sends the elevator up?
I don't know. That building's kind of wacky to begin with. I'm willing to believe that going up is actually the best way to get out of that building. Like, I'm not saying it's rational, and in normal life that makes sense, but in this movie, that almost does make sense.
Yep. Now,
especially considering their super secure safe is easily accessible through the secondary safes for some reason. Yeah, they're like Brad Dorff leading them through.
Well, no, that was a bullshit trap. Trying to get them into Vault 10.
He did get them into Vault 10.
Yeah. That was how he tricked them into it.
Right, but literally he did get them into Vault 10.
Yeah, Vault 10 is where the monster was.
Exactly. But
his whole goal was to get them into Vault 10. He was lying to them about everything else with more technobabble.
No, he wasn't. Because they're literally like, hey, wait, hang on. This isn't the way you
check
go to Vault 10.
Check your prints, check your...
And he's like, check your prints. You'll see that outside Vault 10, there's a bunch of low risk security vaults. Which do you think is easier to get in? Either 10 feet of concrete or 2 feet of...
2 inches of steel and 14 feet of concrete.
Yeah.
Or like technobabble.
Yeah, nonsensical stuff that doesn't exist.
Technobabble.
But that's how they get across how he gets in.
True.
And I was like, but that doesn't... How does that work? I mean, at that... Like, how does that work? But,
Hi, random person.
Yeah, so, continue on.
Let's see. Oh. One moment that was kind of amusing to me-ish, even though it kind of... Fuck you. During the elevator fight, Yutani gets his leg sliced, and they need a bandage. How does Yutani provide a bandage?
Underwear.
How?
He rips them.
In
the most comical way possible, you could rip underwear off a person.
He reaches his hand down into his crotch and grabs around, making noise. It's like, dude, weird time to masturbate. And there's his his boxers.
By the way, if I may say, Yutani, just random intervals does the weirdest shit and says the weirdest things for really no reason other than to say. It's like he felt insecure about Brad Dorff. And he's like, I could be weird like Brad Dourif. And I was like, no, you can't be weird like Brad. He's like, no, I could totally be weird like Brad Dourif. Watch. And he does something weird, and people are like, no, come on, you're not Brad Dourif. He said, no, seriously, man. Here, watch this next line. Here, I'm going to hand her the knife. No, when he hands her the knife, he's like...
Yes, when he hands her the knife in the vault. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think I wrote that down. After that, I started looking and went, okay, when did RoboCop come out? I paused the movie, I looked up when RoboCop came out. And
92?
87.
Damn, okay.
Okay.
Some good special effects in that movie.
Yeah, most of it. It's
Well,
practical.
except for, what's the fucking big robot's name?
At 209?
Except for Ed 209.
Yeah, that was kind of bad.
That was some bad stop motion.
Yeah. But, and that was also when I finally said, okay, when did Flatliners come out? Because that's when I started I paused, I walked away. One of the multiple times I had to pause and walk away.
Yeah.
It's one of those, when did Flatliners come out? When did Flatliners come out? Because when you start, those characters are flat. They are boring. It's, why do I care about these characters?
Debatable.
Okay. Well, they are kind of boring at first, but then they actually develop the characters, and you kind of care about them to a degree.
Debatable.
Which was 1990, so 4 years before this.
I would argue, your argument is that they start out flat and then they get a little bit of character. My argument would be they have a little bit of character starting out with, and they continue with that little bit of character, and they really grow from that. But they're not flat. They still have something.
Yeah, whereas the most well-developed characters are Brad Dourif just being Brad Dourif and the fucking robot.
Yeah. Kind of like watching Dungeons and Dragons and Jeremy Irons. Like, it's a bad movie, but Jeremy Irons is having fun, so you're having fun.
Yeah. And that's when I also paid attention. Wait a minute. Sam Raimi. The guy's name was John Carpenter. Dante as in Joe Dante, and Scott Ridley.
Again, I made the Dante thing, and when they call him Jack, it honestly made me
It was
upset.
a little jarring.
Yeah, that was the one I was like, why did you call him Jack? That's...
Yeah.
And then I honestly was about to look up Gremlins. I was like, wait, am I getting Joe Dante's name wrong? Is it really Jack Dante?
Maybe he changed it?
That's a possibility. I mean, maybe there's another...
I mean, Martin Sheen was originally like Ramon Estevez.
Maybe someone said you can't be Jack.
Yeah.
No one's gonna watch a movie by a Jack Dante.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah, so go Joe Dante. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a better name.
Yeah, you'll make at least one good movie, and then never again.
Didn't he do Gremlins too?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But even if he did do Gremlins 2,
That's two decent movies.
I mean, that's not a decent movie. That's a...
I like Gremlins too.
I mean, it's okay, but it's... I mean, is it really better than the first one?
It's different. It's completely different. The first one, well, yes, it has the horror comedy.
It's a parody.
It's a horror comedy, whereas the other one is comedy horror.
Yeah, but it's a parody of itself.
Yes.
So, does that technically make it a good movie, or does that mean that he's aware of his bullshit and never changes?
The world may never know.
Toy Soldiers.
I like Toy Soldiers.
So do I, but it's still a bad movie.
Oh yeah, it is terrible.
But we're getting off track on this bad movie.
Yeah. So after the bandage on the leg, we are left with not Sigourney Weaver, Yutani, and Sam Raimi. They go up. They manage to get into one of the forbidden access vaults that John Carpenter had access to, but she didn't as the CEO.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
can work with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, I was willing to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
It's super secret project that she was.
It was the super soldier crap.
Yeah. Which we really haven't talked about. But.
Yeah, because there hasn't been much to talk about because it hasn't come back up until this scene. They don't bring back up the super soldier crap until this scene.
Oh no, they do bring up the super soldier after they show him, because John Carpenter, for some odd reason, is just like, let's spill the secrets.
Yeah. I think that's part of why I like him. because he's actually trying to be honest and care.
I don't know, I still like fucking Scott Ridley.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he dies really fast.
But you know what? He dies like a man.
Running and screaming in terror.
I mean, I would too with a giant fucking robot. But at the very least, you know, this is something I will say about every actor in this film. And I'm going to say this, and I mean this sincerely. At least I believe that they were being chased by a giant robot that was about to kill them.
I think that's because Brett Dorff actually made it.
No, I mean, like, every person in that movie, when they were running and screaming, I believed that a robot was chasing them and wanted to kill them. Because, unlike Sharknado 3, they actually made me believe that there was a thing trying to kill them.
Yeah.
And also, they tried to blame the fucking death on one of the guys on a shark. Did you fucking notice that?
Yes.
I was like, how do you blame that
The
on a
old
shark?
CEO, they blamed on a shark inside the building.
And
Is this where Dr. Evil works?
And the CEO, the Ripley character, is totally on board with this explanation.
Yes.
Like, literally on board. In fact, while she's doing research, she makes a note of his death as sharks and then a question mark. And I was like, okay, hang on, what?
You're buying
What universe are we in right now?
sci-fi.
Or
Sci-fi original.
are they really making sharks with laser beams on their frickin' heads?
It's the birth of Sharknado.
I'd buy that. I'd buy that a lot.
Buy that for $1?
No, not that.
So, they go up there, it's the super soldier. We need to get out. Yutani tries to fucking volunteer, and Sam goes, no, it has to be me.
No, they never say that. They just say he outranked him.
Yeah, he pulled rank.
Yeah, they literally...
Yutani says, no. Claire says it's going to be her. And then Sam Raimi's in the suit.
Yeah, it's literally, and it's not like a cut to something else, and then sometimes it's like, I'll do it. Cut. Like, next scene. And it's like...
And it's Sam Raimi in the suit.
And then she's like, you know, and then he's like, you can't do it, you know all the stuff. And she's like, fair enough, but why not Yutani? And he's like, because I pull rank. And then they turn on the robot, and then later on they're like, oh, we need Sam Raimi around.
Before they turn it on, which is going to kind of hard wipe him to be the killer robot,
Johnny Mnemonic.
he says one line. Which gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fuck yous from me.
I mean, it wasn't that bad.
They didn't earn it.
You know, I've seen a lot of other movies use that fucking line that have earned it way less.
True.
This
I'll
movie,
be back.
At the very least, he's wearing a cybernetic suit, and he's about to have his brain fucked with. I think that's an earning of the I'll be back line.
Okay. Yeah.
And especially coming from the guy who did a lot of the special effects in a lot of these films. I'm going to give him a pass.
Yep.
He's earned the right to use that line.
Yep. And then I'm still cheering for the fucking robot to kill everybody. Especially when he goes through, screams, area secure! Because apparently there is no indoor voice on this fucking...
And again, the robot does not detect his shout.
Robot doesn't come after him for the shout. Robot looks out at him, sees him, goes, nope, because this is after Brad Dourif has said, pheromones.
Yeah, for some reason, as soon as he said pheromones, the robot was like, oh, shit, really? I thought it was sound. Okay, hang on, switching over.
Yep.
And now it's pheromones. Okay, no more sound detection.
No more sound detection. Not gonna pay attention to the guy hamming it up in the cyber suit going,
But
area secure!
let me tell you a little something here. That dude,
It's like the robot stuck its head out, went, what the fuck was that shit? And pulled back into the darkness.
The dude owned that robot suit.
Yeah.
He did exactly what I would do in a robot suit.
And I forgot how, because I kind of blocked it at this stage, because there's a
what
moment
is
coming
it?
up. That at 107, they trick us with saying Yutani dies. Yutani finally dies. And then at 108, hour and 8 minutes, damn it, because he's not dead yet. Yeah, I can't remember how they trick us with the death.
I don't even remember them tricking the death.
Yeah, they give us a fake out death, and it was bullshit. Now, I will say at 110, when he fires the robot tracking missile because they're running away, oh shit, he pulls up the fucking missile cannon arm. No, no, don't do it. What the hell's wrong with you? They hit the deck. He fires. And then it's this tracking shot as it seeks and just smacks straight into the robot's face. It's one of those. Okay, that's
I
kind of
just
cool.
realized the person who wrote this script was hungry. Because, okay, so after that, he starts to short circuit. Because there's this.
At that point is when they start talking donuts for the rest of the movie. They don't really swear. They just say donuts.
Well, then his whole thing, he shorts out. He's like, "Would you like donuts?"
Yeah.
And that's weird. And then later on, the cops like,
Yeah. The cop who they call for 911, who told them to fuck off, shows up.
we haven't even gotten to that part.
Oh no, that was early. That was earlier. I kind of blasted past that because I didn't think it was going to be at all relevant. It was essentially a, haha, yeah, right, whatever, fuck you. And then he shows up at the end, so I forgot to write it down because I didn't write it down in the first place.
I do wonder.
And the robot falls on him.
I do wonder why he went out there though, because he's like, because literally they're calling him, because she's like, go
And he
and
thinks
call
it's a
the
prank.
cop.
Yeah, he thinks it's a prank call. And he
They,
tells
they
him
were
to fuck
trying to rip off Die Hard on that one.
off, I guess.
Because on Die Hard though, it was believable because you're like, okay, it's probably just a prank. It's probably okay. And then, but even though, of course, then again the gunshots and they're like, oh, rude. But in this movie, it's like a video camera, and he's like, there's fucked up shit in this building. We're on the 46th floor. We're trapped by this guy. He's fucking trying to kill us with a giant robot. And the guy's like, oh, let me guess. So you're in a government building and all this weird shit, secret government
As
weapons.
he's like playing with a gun, as he's just kind of flipping his gun around one-handed, possibly loaded, hand in the finger in the trigger guard. I'm waiting for him to blow his fucking face off.
And he's like, go ahead and talk to Elvis while you're up there too, haha.
And then he hangs up.
And then apparently his only goal was to come back when he sensed, oh, plot development, I need to hurry.
Yeah, finally plot development. Yeah, and it takes until Brad Dourif unleashes the fucking robot for any sort of like decent plot to kick in. Halfway through the fucking movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
112. I forgot what the hell made me go, what the fuck. However, 1 hour and 14 minutes. I have embraced the madness and lost hope in finding a good movie or anything redeemable past Brad Dourif's acting. The insanity and lack of plot or reason to care about any of the characters has finally won. That would be when they're do like a minute, a solid minute of just unloading onto the robot.
Which was badass.
Yeah. And then
Predator.
Shoryuken!
Yeah, I was wondering why. Again, he shouts a lot of random shit.
Yeah, that's from Yutani. Shoryuken!
But you know what comes up after this? The best scene in the whole fucking movie. This made me pause.
4
the
minutes
movie.
later. It's 4 minutes later. I have it. I have it timestamped.
This made me pause the movie, and now, Paul, did you pause the movie at the same time?
Yep, I did.
Okay,
because
now,
I had to write it down.
What was your reaction?
Fucking really?
Okay, that was Paul's reaction. My reaction was laughter for about 3 minutes, because what he does is
It's the headbunk of doom.
No, come on, give me some credit here. Okay, come on. He fucking they're fighting the robot. They're going through a hole, like this hole, and she's like, "Come on, you gotta come." And Will's all right, and he's just unloaded a whole machine gun. Turns around, he goes bonk, but the sound effect for it when he hits his head is like donk.
Yeah, it's like straight up cartoon donk.
Yeah, and so he falls down, and he just kind of gives in to his failure.
He just lies there and goes, this is my life now. This is what's
Like,
left of
you
it.
know what?
I'm done.
I deserve this.
Yeah. Let's see. 122. Hour 22. They are in the hydraulic lift up on the roof and send it hurtling down.
Yeah.
Now, yes, brakes do engage near the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that, this speed that they're going, they're dead.
Yeah.
They're dead. I almost want to see the film.
Well-
I almost want to see the science just on the elevator drop.
Maybe she's dead, but the dude was in a super robot suit, so
He wasn't a power suit. So he might live. She is squishy.
she's very much dead.
She is squishy. Even with the brakes going for like 10 seconds before ploosh, there's no way that stopped fast enough.
Which, by the way, it stops right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Just hits the bottom. They're dead.
Yeah, then they get out, and
Yep.
then they meet the cop.
And then they meet the cop, who I actually did meet, who I did write him down. LAPD arrives just in time to kill more innocents, and this time they're killing crackers. Because he shoots her in the leg.
Yeah. And here's the thing, they're like, oh my God.
LAPD's finally equal opportunity and shooting white people
Well,
now.
here's the thing, none of them are holding a gun. None of them are armed in any way.
He's lost the arm cannon.
And they're like, they've just come out of an emergency, like, thing. And he's like, get down! And it's like, that's like the most comedy moment of the movie. Like, literally, it's his reaction.
Yep.
It's
Well,
like
no,
the
no, no, no.
Austin
The
Powers, the Austin Powers, no, with the steamroller.
Yeah, pretty much. Uh-oh. I got a message. That's why I leaned in.
Well, yeah, we need to hurry this up.
Yep. So, 1 hour, 24 minutes, 30 seconds. The War Beast is alive. And cop goes squishy.
And he says, "Oh, donuts."
Oh, donuts. Because seriously, he looks up. Oh, donuts.
You at that point, you might as well just said cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
It would have made more sense.
Oh, 1 minute 25. Now, when they'd been opening up doors previously at any speed, aside from when they shattered the glass door, there was no noise. The doors were fucking silent. When they're doing it at the very end, with like less than 10 minutes left in the movie, all of a sudden the doors make noise? Plot convenience noise sound effects? Did somebody forget to fucking put them in earlier in the movie?
Plot convenience was what happened with the robot. Because up until this point, the robot has been depicted as being lightning fast, running through the halls, chasing like a velociraptor.
Yep.
So I actually can add Jurassic Park to the stuff that he rips off. And
Depending
so
on
up
time
to
of
this
year.
point, he is running super fast.
Oh, yeah.
He gets to the room where the door is opening, and he starts going down, and it's the slowest walk he has ever done in this movie.
It's all of a sudden, he goes from being stupid fast to Jason
slow.
Voorhees.
Stupid slow.
Jason Voorhees.
No, stupid slow. Jason Voorhees has determination in his speed.
Okay. And there's
Yeah, see.
minute 26. Now, did you ever happen to watch Nick Jr. in the early 90s?
I mean, I might have.
Do you remember the face that would show up right around, right when it was introducing like Eureka's Castle and things like that? They actually had like this cartoon face mascot for a while in Nick Jr. When they open up the vault doors, because they have to do twice at the same time,
The cartoon smiley face.
the cartoon smiley face is Nick Jr.'s face mascot, straight up.
Actually, that was the weird. I thought they were referencing her cartoon that she drew.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because she's like, they're like, give us the code, and she's like, okay, and she draws a smiley face.
Yeah. She does a smiley. No, that was Nick Jr.'s smiley face. That was Nick Jr.'s face.
It was out of place because it's literally like,
And they do it twice.
yeah.
They do it twice. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, again. Oh, okay. 126, you see it the first time. 128, you see it again. At which point I wrote, how about next time you show Pollywog from Gullah Gullah Island? And he's sitting there going, holy shit, I think I halfway remember that.
No, holy shit, it's starting to hail.
No, it's just snowing. If it was hailing, we'd be doomed. Like this fucking movie. Then they kind of give us a fake Raimi death. Shortly after that. Then the moment where I flip shit. This is actually the moment that made me chip the tooth.
Really?
That's where I chipped the tooth.
Oh my god.
130. That is what had me chip the tooth, because
All right.
this is the single largest fuck you I wrote on all of my notes.
Now, I'm not gonna lie and say that there isn't a fuck you moment in this point, but here's the thing. Brad Dourif comes out and he's like, I wanted to love you. And she's like, okay, you can interface face with the motherboard.
No. It's before that. It's
Well,
before that.
She holds her arms out. I'm condensing it, man. There's
No.
No, I'm
Because the
condensing.
fuck you is right
No,
before. it's
because
before
we're
that.
almost
I don't care.
I have shit to do today.
Yes, and I'm gonna be up all day, so I'll take care of it.
I need to go to sleep.
Oh shit, yeah. No,
Yeah.
the fuck you.
I've got to work. So I'm trying to condense.
Take the camera.
We don't need. No, don't. We can still. We just don't need to talk about the entire end scene because it really, in all honesty, it just boils down to him being crazy. And
She
her,
quotes fucking Star Trek 2.
Okay, yeah, you can bring that up if you want.
That's what made me chip the tooth.
That's the. Come on, man.
That's when I stopped. That's when I had to message you and say,
Come on, man.
fuck this movie.
I've seen so much fucking worse than that.
That just pissed me off. I could live with I could almost live with all the rest of the references. That one was a giant fuck
He
you.
basically goes, "Why are you doing this? Why are you ruining everything?" She goes,
Why didn't you run away?
Yeah, and she goes,
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
And he does call her out on that though. He says
That's the most bullshit reason ever.
yeah, he does call her out on it.
Yeah. I had to stop at that point. I
But-
stopped as soon as she said that line.
So she basically, he's fucking snapped. He's fucking gone off the loony bin, more so than normal. And she's like, okay, she holds out her arms to hug him. It's like, I'll let you interact with the motherboard.
Yep.
He hugs her. She fucking kicks the shit out of his feet, grabs the controller that controls the robot,
Yep.
and hands him a belt full of detonators, and basically says, all right, have fun in here, and locks the door.
Yep.
And now this is where I have a problem with this movie.
This is what, yeah. They show the door closing and he's going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Don't leave me in here. Don't leave me in here.
You can't do this to me.
And I'm like, oh, cool, they're going to kill off Brett Dorff. All right, how are they going to do this? Is like the robot going to chew him alive and the grenades go off? Is it just the grenades going off? Is he going to try to plead with the robot? Is he going to be like, I created you? Is he going to do something like that? Or is he going to go like completely Brad Dorff and like start singing like a girly song or something like he did in fucking Exorcist 3? Or whatever. What is he going to do? Nothing, because they cut to credits.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
The
kill
door
him.
closes. They hold on the door. I almost wonder if they were supposed to put in a sound effect because there's no sound. They just hold on the door. I wonder if the grenade was supposed to go off or we were supposed to hear a scream or something.
I have no idea. It would have been nice.
Something was supposed to be there.
This is one
And
of
then
those few
credits.
moments where like
At
leave
least
it
it was
to
over.
its own, your guys' imagination was bullshit. They should have just shown something. But overall, I think this movie is pretty damn fun. Is it a good movie? No. Is it a bad movie? Yes. Is it a so bad it's good movie? I think it's debatable, but I would say a maybe on that one. It depends on your taste, I would say. It's not The Room, it's not Birdemic, it's not any of those other bad movies. It's your run-of-the-mill bad movie. But it has some really good special effects going on with it.
It has Brad Dourif being Brad Dourif.
It has Brad Dourif being Brad Dourif, which you really can't go wrong. The actors that act crazy, and it's actually enjoyable to watch them act crazy. This part is slow when it starts up, but at the same time, it's throwing so much weird shit at you. At the same time that, I mean, I was buying it. I was like okay with it. Like I didn't have a problem. Like this is, I've seen worse. I've seen way worse movies. I've seen Jerry. Like nothing will ever compare.
We've seen Lust of the Dead.
Yeah, but you chipped your tooth, Paul.
I chipped my tooth over the fucking Star Trek
That
line.
makes you weak. That makes you weak.
But since this was his pick and mine's next, and I need something to cleanse this out of my mouth, we're doing Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Man, bad movie.
Fuck you. So, until next time, everybody. Deuces.
Thesis.
Bye-bye.